right, so Patriots are trading Pierre Strong to the Browns for offensive tackle Tyrone Wheatley Jr. I'm giving this one a B minus. In terms of the need, yeah, we needed O-line help, especially at offensive tackle, which is what Wheatley is. We don't know what's going on with Calvin Anderson. Right now, I think if I had to guess, just a guess, it would be starting at right tackle, or maybe McDermott. Riley Reef, I don't know what his situation is right now in terms of his injury, but you got guard tackle there. That's down. I mean, hopefully he comes back. We don't know what's going on with Owenu, what his timeline is, what he's going to be doing when he's coming back. Like I said, McDermott, not sure what's going on there. I don't think he's really the answer. Andrew Stuber, over the course of, well, I can't say what I saw at camp, but in terms of, the games, kind of looked like he was slow and disoriented out there, not looking solid. Not that I think he was contending for a starting job, but that depth idea, the talent and the depth is very thin. I mean, we had Bill Murray out there at right tackle against the Titans. So, not too happy about that. Obviously, on top of that, we have Strange being hurt. Andrews seems to be doing solid. I mean, he hasn't played that much in preseason. And the big issue is if Trent Brown goes down or he's not playing well, we are in big trouble. So getting a swing tackle is a great move. Now, unfortunately, I'm giving it the B minus, not exactly an A, because we're giving up Pierre Strong, who's a 4th round slasher running back with 4.3 speed, and was kind of having an okay camp, despite being behind a terrible offensive line play. Yeah, we need the O-line help, but Wheatley was looking like he was probably going to be cut from the Browns. So we're trading for somebody who's being cut. We'll get into that in a minute, but, I'll say this. The Browns have an outstanding offensive line, arguably the best in the whole league. So him being cut from it obviously doesn't mean he's a chump. I mean, he is a developmental tackle. I think he's like 26, 27 though. So, but he is a conversion from a former tight end. So he's probably still got some growth to him. There's still some upward, momentum to be seen there. But again, we are trading one of our running backs that was probably going to make the squad, and he was our change of pace of running back. Keep in mind, if you asked us a week ago or 2 weeks ago before we got Zeke, what was one of our biggest concerns? Yeah, offensive tackle, offensive line was probably still number one, but the second one would be the running back room. Hey, we're kind of thin here. So we got rid of Zeke, but we got Zeke, but we just got rid of Pierre Strong, who, again, was the kind of change of pace running back. If you ask me, you had, Zeke and Stevenson being very similar in terms of how they play. Not obviously identical, but, much more similar than Pierre was versus them. He's a 4-3 guy who's a slasher. Kind of big play in between, bust something open. So it hurts in that respect. Now, maybe the Patriots are just not seeing how he's fitting in. Offensive line play is just not working. Or maybe that's just where the Browns, this is what we want. This is what we need. This is what we're looking for. Now, Pierre Strong's going to be a great compliment to Chubb. So maybe that's just the way it was. That's what we want this out of this trade, and this is who we're looking for. Now, to go back to the idea, yeah, Wheatley was probably just about to get cut, and the reason why he's good. I watched some video on him real quick. He's pretty good for what he is. He hasn't played an actual physical down on a team, in a game. Regular season game, but the problem why he's being cut is not necessarily because his play per se. It's because the 4th round offensive tackle DeJuan Jones might be their starter, and this is probably it's probably unfair to put this on either Pierre Strong or Wheatley right now, But I'm having a problem with that is because we're giving away a 4th-round running back from last year who hasn't really had a shot at proving himself for the Patriots. Meanwhile, in the 4th round, we took Jake Andrews as our center guard. Meanwhile, DeJuan Jones was right there. And it's a guy who had 1st-round talent. First, maybe, yeah, you could say 2nd-round talent, but, I know there's some baggage and some red flags there, but you're talking about a 4th-round offensive tackle who's 6'8", has the largest wingspan ever recorded at the Senior Bowl, was shut down at the Senior Bowl and had a really strong showing throughout his final season at Ohio State. I'm going to say, he left, the Senior Bowl early, stopped, participating, and, I believe I heard he didn't exactly, interview very well. But if you're looking at 4th round, how many people are you betting on the 4th round to be absolutely 100% impact player? And you're looking at DeJuan Jones, you're like, this guy could be an impact player physically, and his tape isn't that bad. Now, he's going to help out the Browns. I mean, maybe, like I said, if not starting this year, but soon. And we're giving up our 4th-round guy for somebody they picked up in the 4th round. And we're getting a guy they're looking to cut. I'm not mad about, any one of those 3 guys. It's not their it's not their fault. It comes down to the Patriots kind of fumbling, and not pulling the trigger on him, on DeJuan Jones, and securing, getting somebody who's a legitimate right tackle who has immense upside for the 4th-round value. Now we're getting rid of a coveted 4th-round running back for essentially a cut candidate O tackle. Now let's go down to this. Was this actually a good move? Yeah. It was a good move because we need the O-line help. He wasn't going to clear waivers. This guy was going to be cut, and he wasn't going to get through, and the Patriots wouldn't have a shot at him. So in order for the Patriots to get a shot at a guy that they know is probably going to be cut, they had to actually trade somebody of worth to get a shot at, essentially to jump the line. So we're giving up a 4th-round guy who's probably should have been, I can't imagine him not being on the roster, because I think he actually had, when he was not being smothered in the backfield already, when he actually made some moves, he looked pretty good. So, it stinks. But here's the thing. Offensive tackles right now in the league, they are hard to find. And when you do, they are very coveted. So the offensive tackle, a cut offensive tackle is worth more than a 53-man roster 4th-round pick. Now, Wheatley is a UDFA, ultra UDFA, really, because he didn't, he went to, the minor league ball, basically, and then got his way onto being in camps and being cut and then making, some practice squads. So we're talking about, multiple time practice squad guy being worth more than our last year's 2nd round, so sophomore 4th-round pick with 4.3 speed. And, maybe he hasn't shown a lot, but I have yet to be able to say that this is his problem. So bringing it back, so what's the issue is that the Patriots, it's very much the Shaq Mason situation with Cole Strange. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but, the Patriots had a shot. The Cole Strange situation with Shaq Mason was, we got rid of him and kind of forced us to pull the trigger on getting Cole Strange in the 1st round because we needed to fill the position. It's kind of similar here where we made a decision to not grab a tackle right then and there, and while he was there, and now we have to go and give up a 53-man roster guy for, again, a guy who's probably being cut from the Browns if he wasn't. So another good thing I would say is, he's 6'6", 320. So prototypical tackle. there's tape of him working both left and right side, so that's good. He's got good feet. He's pretty quick. He's got good hands. And he seems to have a pulse for the position. So the B- is really just, the positive sides, we really needed it. The downside is really the cost. But the take home would be, hey, this had to happen. There's no other choice. We are forced to make this transaction. And the thing is it was probably the best option of going about it, because if they didn't trade for him, they weren't going to get him. And then after that, what do you got? So I'm pretty sure, most people have, I know I'm coming in, I've been waiting and sitting and thinking about this because I don't like just putting in, like some of these guys. Oh, here's some tape. Got Brian Hines. Oh, Mr. Kyle's here. Very nice. So here's him at right. His kick set's not bad. Here's him at left. Drops his head and he reaches. That's probably not what you're looking for. Yeah, so he tends to drop his head. Yeah. So this is a depth piece. So we got rid of a 53-man guy for a depth guy. Again, left and right tackle, that's a positive. Looks like he's got his feet move. It's just the technique is rough. Man, he's leaning in. He's not sitting back on it. Using his arm, using his length. Yep, look right here. Literally, nice job, Taylor. Gets in trouble when he drops his head and overextends. Literally right there. I should have read that first, but but he's still fresh. The guy made the transition from tight end to tackle, which is not the biggest one, obviously, because he was at 6'6". He's obviously playing some inline and he knows how to block. But gosh, competent running back to somebody who's in their second half of their 20s, just starting to finally get into their profession. I don't know. I'm not mad. It's just this pattern right now of we should have. It's another situation where you got a little fancy with getting Jake Andrews, which I'll say this. It's not Jake Andrews' fault, and the Patriots needed to get a center. And the guy's got skills, and he tests it out very well. He's actually, physically a very strong, quick, fast guy. So there's nothing wrong with Jake Andrews. And again, we don't know how long David's going to hold up. So there's that. But if you kept asking me, offensive tackle has been the issue, and for our team, but it's also the biggest issue for a lot of teams. So when they're out there, you should be trying to draft at least one tackle every, and yeah, we got and he probably will work out eventually. But man, you had DeJuan Jones. You probably should have traded up a few spots right off the bat to get Blake Freeland. He looks like he's going to make the team and might be second. You could have had two guys. Two tackles. We wouldn't even have this issue. And in the fourth round, I'm not saying fourth round's not worth anything, because look at what we got out of the fifth and sixth and seventh round this year. And Mafi's obvious. I like Mafi, and I think So actually will be an operable tackle. But my plan for So would be like 2 years from now, not potentially starting against the Eagles. Good luck with that one. So I'm giving it a B-. It's very costly, and it's just another byproduct of past, what should I say? I hate to use the word fumbles, but that's probably was, just fumbling around with certain things and just not pulling the trigger when you should have on certain offensive tackles that were there on the board in the 4th round. And not that it would be, the answer right now. And of course, yeah, it's, the whole hindsight situation. But man, I was excited about Pierre Strong, and now we're settling for a guy who ducks his head and has stuff that, you're trying to knock out of a senior in high school. Not a, 4-year NFL camp guy. Anyway, I hope it works out. Adrian Clem's going to have some work to do. I don't know. I have no idea where he's going to be, if he's going to be practice squad right off the bat. Maybe this guy walks right in. It's a trade, so you didn't get him through the wire, so you don't have to put him right on the 53. But then again, you can't cut him and then just lose him. So he's on the squad. He's going to make it. It's amazing. Ay. Brutal. All right, anyway. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.